Hello everyone, I'm Nancy Cox. Thank you for clicking on this digital conversation. I think you're going to find it very timely. Legendary musician and singer-songwriter Glen Campbell passed away in August after a long battle with Alzheimer's disease. Now this touched a lot of people for a lot of reasons. And very soon, right here in Central Kentucky, you'll get a chance to hear from Campbell's widow and caregiver during much of his illness. So with me today is Morning Pointe Community Relations Director Julie Popplewell and Mariah Fosdick, who is the Lantern Program Director. And first of all, this event was planned well in advance of Mr. Campbell's passing a couple of weeks ago. This was already in the works, so she has done this kind of speaking before, correct?
Right, absolutely, she has.
Yeah. Well, what can people expect if they do decide to come out and hear her speak about her experiences with her husband and Alzheimer's disease?
Yeah, you can definitely expect just the caregiver's point of view. She definitely was that role with Glenn, and she knows that very well. So she wants to tell everyone that you're not alone, that she understands that, and then just working through the caregiver's point of view. Morning Pointe of Danville also has the support group the third Thursday of each month at 5:30, and that's where caregivers come in, and so this is definitely a tool for them to use as well, to get that point of view from her and to really understand that also.
Julie, have you heard Mrs. Campbell before, and what is sort of the message that she brings to people?
I have. Last year she came out on behalf of Morning Pointe as well. It's just a great testimony of her strength and courage, along with the band members, the family on the road with him. It's really good. We cried, we laughed. You appreciate it, and when you work with it every day, you can understand her struggle, and it's just a really good testimony.
And it doesn't matter if you're famous or a talented musician. This is a struggle for whoever has to deal with it.
Absolutely.
They went very public with it. He had a farewell tour. I believe he recorded an album after his illness was made public. How hard is that probably for anyone, to go very public and be so outspoken about this disease?
Very difficult. I know even some of our family members at Morning Pointe, I work with them directly, and the loved ones, and so it's hard to ask for help. It's just like anyone else. We are all so prideful. We all want to do what's best and take care of ourselves, and so with this disease, it's something that you can't do alone. You have to have a support group. You have to have people there to help you, and so Morning Pointe is definitely one of those places that offers that help. We have 24-hour care, nurses around the clock, CNAs around the clock, and they're all 8-hour shifts. And so if this was something we could do, one person could do every 24 hours, 7 days a week, 375, it's not something they can do and take care of themselves as well. And so making it public, I think, even draws more attention, probably adds more stress too. But I think Kim is definitely doing that to help everyone out, to show them, hey, you're not alone. There's this support here, or this is what I struggled with. And the disease is not a friendly disease at all. It takes a lot from the individual, and so they're not that same person that they were. And so everyone's seeing this different person in a different behavior. And so I think Kim is just trying to show, hey, you know, you're not alone. I dealt with this. Glen Campbell, you know, he did this, and he was able to go on tour, and we were able to see that definitely in person through that movie. So,
and that message that it's okay to ask for help, being a caregiver of any type, temporary or long term, takes a toll, and people feel like they should handle it for a spouse or a parent. But it's not something that one person can handle or should have to handle.
Right.
Julie, we talked about the need for more and more types of programs and facilities for our aging population. So I would think even if our audience doesn't have a loved one who's right now dealing with this, but like Glenn Campbell, it would still be beneficial because it feels like sooner or later we're all going to be touched by this.
Right, absolutely. I would encourage everybody to come out, make that trip to Danville. It's a beautiful trip anyway, just to come down there. Her testimony, resources that we have, just if you were a Glenn Campbell fan, everybody likes his music, everybody can sing along to it. She just gives some history with it, with their past, how they met. Just a good story altogether. So I want everybody to come out. It's going to be at Centenary United Methodist Church, and
Let's put that information up. Tell us where and when it's going to be.
And we can talk about that before we close out. And it's going to be from 7 to 9.
Okay.
So Centenary is right beside Morning Pointe and Danville, which is good. So it's kind of hand in hand. And then she'll be there right at 7. I would advise everyone to get there about 6 o'clock. There will be limited seating. There's going to be handicap accessible area for people to park in. We're going to help with any overflow, with the traffic, with parking, things like that. After she talks, there will be DVDs available. They went on to put out the I'll Be Me DVD. If you've seen it, it's really, really good. Those will be on hand for sale, and just further information that anybody wants.
And I would think even if that person dealing with this can't get there, that would be a great way to take that back to maybe the loved one who's struggling with the caregiving, to let them watch in the privacy of their own home and deal with it. I have a little friend who I